Have you ever woken up and felt something heavy before even opening your eyes? A kind of silent tension in your chest, like your spirit is already bracing for something. Your mind starts racing through the what-ifs, and suddenly you're wide awake, but not rested. It's as if anxiety sets the tone before your feet ever touch the ground. You haven't even started the day, and somehow it already feels overwhelming. Maybe no one around you notices, because on the outside everything seems normal. But deep inside, you're carrying a quiet battle, one that doesn't always have words. Fear doesn't always look dramatic. Sometimes it's just the voice that says, "You're not ready," or "You'll mess it up again." That internal weight can follow you like fog, dimming even the brightest parts of your day. And when that fear settles in, it doesn't just stay in your thoughts. It begins to shape your actions. You delay decisions, avoid conversations, play it small at work, or pull away from people you love. Fear can make even good things feel risky. It's not just emotional. It touches your focus, your energy, your peace, but it doesn't have to control your day. There's a shift coming. Before we go there, let's get honest with what you're really feeling. Sometimes the fear you carry doesn't even have a clear name. It's not always dramatic. It's subtle, quiet, like background noise you've learned to live with. Maybe it's the fear of losing something you love, or the fear that you'll never reach what you hope for. Maybe it's the fear that you'll be seen, truly seen, and found not good enough. That fear can live under the surface, but still shape everything. Other times it's louder. You fear being left behind, or that your life won't change, or worse, that it will, and you won't be ready when it does. You want stability, but it feels like everything around you keeps shifting. You want control, but your hands feel empty. These are the fears we don't always say out loud, but God already sees them. There's also the fear of not being in control of your own story. You make plans, you try to hold everything together, but deep down, you know you don't control the outcomes. And that's scary, especially when the things you care most about, your health, your finances, your family, feel fragile. Uncertainty whispers that anything could fall apart. But here's something most people don't realize. Fear multiplies in silence. The longer we go without naming it, the more power it gains. Naming your fear doesn't make you weak, it makes you free. When you say, "I'm afraid of this," you bring it out of the shadows and into the light where healing begins. Think of Jesus at Gethsemane. He didn't hide his anguish. He prayed with honesty, "Father, if it is possible, take this cup from me." That moment shows us something sacred, that naming fear isn't failure, it's courage. It's where true surrender begins, and it's exactly where you are now. So before we move forward, take a deep breath. Ask yourself, what am I really afraid of today? What's the thought I keep pushing down? Don't run from it. We're going to deal with it, and it's not going to define you anymore. Fear is a lot like a shadow that stretches across your room just before the sun rises. At first glance, it looks enormous, larger than life. The shape isn't always clear, but it moves with you. And for a moment, it feels like it could swallow everything. That's what fear does. It distorts what's real. It doesn't need substance, just your attention. But the thing about shadows is this. They only exist when there's light. The very fact that fear is present means that something brighter, something true, is near. The shadow might move, but it can't harm you. It's powerless unless you let it guide your steps. And the moment the light grows stronger, the shadow shrinks every single time. We forget that at dawn, the light is already rising, even if the sun hasn't fully appeared yet. In the same way, God's presence often starts quietly. He's already moving in your direction before you ever feel secure. Just like the sun rises whether you see it or not, his promises stand firm, even when fear tries to block the view. Think about it. Have you ever seen a shadow cast in total darkness? It's impossible. The shadow proves there's light. That's the paradox. Fear feels final, but it's only proof that truth is nearby. It's a signal, not a sentence. What if you stopped seeing fear as something to run from and started seeing it as something that confirms you're heading towards something worth walking through? Fear is not the enemy of your faith. It's just the test. It tries to make you doubt what God already said is true. But when you stand in the light of His word, fear starts losing its power to intimidate. It can still show up, but it no longer leads. So the next time you feel fear rising, picture that shadow at dawn. Let it remind you something greater is behind you, casting light, even when all you see is the silhouette. And now we're ready to hear exactly what that light, God Himself, is saying over your life. Your feelings are loud. They shout things like you're not strong enough or you'll never get through this. And in the middle of fear, those lies can feel like truth. But what you feel in a moment is not what defines you eternally. That's why you need a voice louder than your emotions, and that voice is the Word of God. As it's written in Isaiah chapter 41 verse 10, "Do not fear, for I am with you. Do not be dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you and help you. I will uphold you with my righteous right hand." This is not a vague comfort. This is a promise, firm, active, and personal. God is not distant from your fear. He's present in it. He doesn't shame you for trembling. He meets you there and lifts you up. Notice the verbs in this verse. I strengthen, I help, I uphold. It's not about you doing more. It's about God doing what you can't. When you feel like you're falling apart, He's already holding you together. That's not a metaphor. That's truth. Real, dependable truth that doesn't shake when life does. You might feel lost right now, but God already mapped the road ahead. You might feel small, but He calls you chosen. You might feel overlooked, but He says, I see you. The contrast between your emotion and God's declaration is where faith is built. Faith says, I feel fear, but I choose to believe something greater. Remember Jesus in the desert. The enemy tempted Him with distortion, twisting identity and truth. And how did Jesus respond? With the word. That's our example. Your defense against fear isn't pretending it's not there. It's declaring what God already said. That's where your authority is. So today, start to trade your internal narrative for His. Replace the script of fear with the script of faith. Every time your feelings say, I can't, speak this verse. I will strengthen you. I will help you. I will uphold you. And when that truth settles in, you'll be ready to step into a new posture, one of peace, power, and security. Now we're going to enter a moment of prayer together. If you can, find a comfortable position, take a deep breath, and open your heart. Let's bring all those fears and worries to God, trusting He is listening and ready to bring peace. Lord, I come before you just as I am this morning, not pretending to be strong, not hiding what I feel. I recognize the fear that's tried to settle in my heart. I won't deny it, but I also won't give it control. I bring every anxious thought, every silent worry, every hidden insecurity, and place them in your hands now. I give you the fear of what I can't predict, the fear of what might change or what might never change, the fear of rejection, the fear of not being enough. I give you the fear of failure, the fear of letting others down, or worse, letting myself down. Father, I believe that you are greater than all of it. I declare today that fear does not rule my life. Your presence does. Your peace fills my mind. Your strength holds my spirit. Your love redefines my identity. I may not feel brave, but I choose to walk by faith. I may not see what's ahead, but I trust the one who goes before me. I don't walk this path alone. You are with me, you are for me, and you never leave me. Today, I stand on your word just like you promised in Isaiah 41:10. Do not fear, for I am with you. Do not be dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you and help you. I will uphold you with my righteous right hand. So I receive that truth now. I don't just hear it, I believe it, I declare it, I live by it. Where fear speaks lies, your word speaks life. Where anxiety presses in, your spirit lifts me up. Where doubt tries to shake me, your promises anchor me. And so I bless this day. I speak peace over my mind, clarity over my thoughts, strength over my emotions. Let this be a day of bold steps, of stillness inside, of courage I didn't know I had. Because you are with me, and that's enough. Amen. You don't have to be strong all the time. That pressure you put on yourself, to hold it all together, to not let anyone see the cracks. It's not what God asks of you. He never called you to carry the weight alone. You're not expected to fix everything. You're invited to trust the one who already holds everything in place. Fear may show up again tomorrow. That's real. But you don't face it with empty hands. You walk with a promise, a presence, a power that doesn't depend on your feelings. God isn't intimidated by your fears. He already saw them and chose to walk with you through them. That's love. Not distant, not conditional, but near, steady, unshaken. And maybe that's all you needed to hear today. You're not alone. You never were. Even when your thoughts spiraled, even when the tears came in silence, even when you thought no one would understand, he was there. Still is. Still will be. Fear may knock on your door, but you get to choose who opens it. And today, it won't be fear, it'll be faith. If this prayer spoke to something deep in you, something that maybe no one else sees, I want to invite you to do something simple but powerful. Write in the comments, "Today, I choose faith." You don't need to explain, just that phrase. It's your way of declaring, "I'm not walking in fear today." And if you know someone, even just one person, who might be waking up with that same heaviness, share this prayer with them. You never know how much one quiet moment like this could mean to a heart that's struggling. And if your soul felt lighter after this, if you want to start more mornings rooted in peace, in truth, in the presence of God, then hit subscribe and come walk in faith with us, day by day, prayer by prayer.